Good day, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting vocabulary lesson. This is week 13, and our words this week are dinghy, drone, rain, rabble, lee, and avocation. Let's jump into our first word. The first word this week is dinghy. Now, this is a noun, so it's a thing, and it's any small boat designed as a tender or a lifeboat, especially a small ship's boat, rowed, sailed, or driven by a motor. So as you can see in this image, this is not a very large vessel. This is not a big boat. A dinghy is a very small type of boat. Synonyms might be raft, a lifeboat, a rowboat, or a skiff. So think small when you think of a dinghy. Word number 2 is drone. This is a verb, so it is an action. It's something that is happening, and that is a dull, continued, low, monotonous sound or hum. More specifically, a buzz, a buzzing sound. To speak in a monotonous tone. So anytime you hear something that is just kind of a repetitive sound, maybe it's your phone plugged in and it's making a buzzing sound, maybe it's some sort of white noise over the announcements, or maybe there's a bee that's buzzing around in your area. You know that small buzzing buzz, that sound is known as a drone. And so synonyms for this would be buzz, sound, and beep. Drone. The next word is rain. Rain. Now this is a verb, so it's something that you do. It's an action, and it means to possess or exercise sovereign power or authority. To hold the position and name of sovereign without exercising the ruling power. Last but not least, to have control, to rule, or influence of any kind. So as you can see in this image, this is a beautiful crown. These are the crown jewels of England. This is what the king or queen would wear on top of their head. Anyone who has excessive power, maybe it's the president, maybe it's the principal, maybe it's your mom and dad, they reign or rule over something. Synonyms might be rule, in charge, dynasty, to manage, empower, or to be in control, to reign. The next word is rabble. Rabble. Now this is a noun, so it is a thing or a group of people, and it's known to be a disorderly crowd or a mob. So you can see the people in this image. They're not as disorderly as a typical rabble would be, but anytime there's a mob, maybe it's a sporting event, maybe it's at school where there's a lot of people in the courtyard, anytime that it's a large crowd gathered together, typically in a disorderly fashion. Synonyms would be crowd, drove, gang, gathering, mass, mob, riot, and throng. The next word is lee. Now this is a thing, and it is a protective shelter. Anything that can be used as a protective shelter from the elements. So in this image here, you can see that this is a sort of pavilion or a structure that is set up over a table, a picnic table, and it is protecting that picnic table from the sun, from the rain, from the snow, anything that might try to destroy you or the table. So it's some sort of protection. It doesn't have to be a solid structure. It can be a tent. It can be a car. Anything that is sheltering you from the elements. Synonyms might be shelter, covering, protection, cave, and pavilion. A lee. The next word is avocation. Avocation. Now this is a noun. It's a thing, and it is something that a person does in addition to a job or occupation, especially for pleasure, like a hobby. So you can see this man in this image here. He looks like he's very involved in the guitar. He's playing, he's practicing, he's creating music. And an avocation is something that you do for fun, something that brings you joy and fulfillment. It would not be your primary occupation. It would be something more like a hobby, a pastime, an amusement, a diversion, or a side interest. It might be sewing, it might be cooking, it might be making music, it might be playing video games. Anything you do for fun is an avocation. Alright, thanks so much for joining us this week. Here's a summary of our words for week 13, dinghy, drone, rain, rabble, lee, and avocation. Thanks so much for joining us. Bye.